All righty, ladies and gentlemen, we are live right here on the backup channel, motherfucking backup channel. Um, it's Sunday afternoon there, waiting for Battleground to start. Just gonna fucking talk and converse with the live chat there, whatever the fuck. If people got questions or comments or whatever the hell there. Hill Stephen Magel in the chat. Join the Fortune 4 shooters already. Yes, with Wrestling Otaku and his sexy stories there. My man Righty doesn't like his stories, but fuck, that man's a writer and a half there. Fuck, how can you not enjoy not enjoy them lovely little stories there? You got Mean Mike Salim there hitting the heavy bag and shit like this. Me and Otaku could do crossover hentai reviews. Never actually looked at that shit. I don't know what's what when it comes to that there. Maybe I could not look at the porn that he watches there, but you never know what can happen. I heard that Gamerson is a part of the Fortune 4 shooters. That might be a little problem there. He might want to duke it out with me there to protect his territory or whatever. Might have to hit him with a couple of lefts and rights there and take my place at the top of the Fortune 4 shooters there. I think Mike Salim made a video, right? He showed me this. He was doing an imitation of me or something like that there. We got 3 people watching. Fuck. Trolls, shit like this. This is your time to shine there in the chat. Fuck. That's what this show is about there. It's all about you, motherfuckers. The fucking haters, the attention whores in the chat there. It's your time to shine there. Fuck. Barbecue sauce. Make sure you look for me in the crowd. Yeah. Have fun tonight there. That's a wrestling fan right there. Barbecue sauce. Going to the live events. Fuck. According to Gemini, you're gonna go there and you're not gonna want to see the show. You're only gonna want to watch Steve Austin or something. See if Gemini's right, if people are only talking about Austin or whatever. I don't want these guys. I want to see Al Snow. That's why I came here. Mike Salim is the best when it comes to music reviews. Haven't watched that shit. Wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. In fact, you want to look at Mike Salim music reviews. Wouldn't fucking wish that on my worst enemies. We got the wrestling stoner in the chat. What's up, my stoners? Looking at that fucking marijuana symbol there. Fucking, it makes me hungry, dog. Fuck, I haven't smoked a joint in about 35, 36 days. I'm getting the itch, dog. Getting that fucking itch there. He's in the club box straight behind the ring. Living the big life, barbecue sauce. Fuck. Taco, I'm going to SummerSlam next month. I was looking at the prices with Leon last night on his show, and looks pretty fucking expensive there, like $900, $1,000. You gotta have that money for SummerSlam there. Hill Stephen Magel, so many hangouts in the past few days. We're back in business. Fuck. barbecue between me and you. I'm just going to impress Chantel here. Fucking right. That's a fucking sexy babe right there. I was looking at a girl on YouTube the other day, and she she had the same face as Chantel. Like, holy fuck, I was sexually confused there looking at that shit. T-triple-D in the chat, fuck. For those who don't know, T-triple-D, we're doing some of that that drama back in the day there. Lots of drama. T-triple-D against Bone Duster. And Bone Duster was a massive troll, but T-triple-D, they live near his place and they wanted to go fight him and shit. So the Bone Duster had to pull back there, and eventually T-triple-D, one of them faked his death, so people thought he was dead for a while, for a good 6 months or something, and then he reincarnated, and they haven't done much since then, I think. And he says he's going to SummerSlam as well. Have fun, dog. We got Will's World Entertainment. The fucking king is here, he says in the chat there. Will was having a good time with Jerry last night there. The band was back together for a few minutes, and then bang! The fucking bomb exploded there. Stunt WJ in the chat. You must try the Stunt WJ McDonald combo there. What does that consist of exactly? We got 12 people watching right now there, ladies and gentlemen. If my computer crashes, because I'm doing this alone, if the computer crashes, I'll try to rush back in there, but doesn't matter if it crashes. This is the backup channel, dog. The motherfucking backup channel. If we got 10 minutes of dead air in the hangout, then so fucking be it. Stunt WJ, his combo is a hamburger and a double cheeseburger on top of one another. Fuck. I'm getting hard just thinking of that shit there. Will says Jerry started kissing that SVE ass. But it set me off, dog. Jerry's sometimes he's a bit too nice, I guess. There, he needs to find that ruthless aggression or whatever. Is the Grand Mac in Canada now? Sadly, it isn't. I went to the McDonald's when you guys wanted me to review it. I went there and I asked if they had it. And the guy was looking at me like I was insane or something. Give me a break, you fucking loser. You work at McDonald's. You haven't heard of the most popular sandwich going on in the U.S. Give me a fucking break there. T-triple-D, is Sean's view still going? Yes, he recently broke the 100,000 subscriber count there. Wrestling XP, favorite thing to get at Tim Hortons? Well, it's the double coffee there. I've been on the diet. I was drinking it black. Because of the diet, but this week I took a break from the diet. I guess it started off as me binging and fucking up, and then I said, fuck it, it's time to fucking live this week there. So I was drinking my my double coffees. Let me take a fucking sip of it while we're talking about it there. And I always have my breakfast sandwiches. I had a breakfast sandwich this morning. Bacon breakfast sandwich there. I got another one to eat later on. what I like there, the food. My favorite food there would be the grilled steak panini. It's like a fucking a flat steak sandwich of some sort. The sauce is good there. Probably made with horse meat or something like this. Melanie says, I miss the old General Jerry. Well, Jerry can rant and stuff, but he's not really, he doesn't have that killer instinct, I guess, when it comes to drama. And not everybody's like that either there. Stunt WJ, any updates on the potential return of Cupface Corner and the cash cow? The cow, I guess you mean wrestling cow. You never know what can happen there. I could maybe do it. I know Righty wants to see a return of it there. Hill Stephen Maggle, your football reviews made my dick retract inside my body. Yeah, we were talking about my my infamous football reviews. Maybe I could do a couple on the backup channel next football season or something. Stunt WJ Whopper Tots, healthier than Big Mac. I'm not sure which one is healthy. They're both pretty fattening there, but the Whopper is another sandwich that tastes fucking good there. It's pretty goddamn delicious. Tots from barbecue. Tots on Paige's crackhead look gimmick that she's going with these days. I saw somebody say that she was a crackhead. I didn't know what it was about there, but she's got a hell of a hot, pale fucking body on her there. I'll take it. Will going to Jesse's birthday party. I'll go live from there, showing his band. Good stuff. T Triple D versus WJ was a feud the people wanted but never happened. Will's World. Jerry sold out, dog. Jerry made a vid about what's it called there? Grimm's Toy Show, his supposed fight, but that wasn't a fight, dog. That was as fake as it gets right there. David Hinkle. Hi, Dave. Big Dave. J-Ro, General Jerry is a skinny fat guy. Does he have that CM Punk skinny fat look or whatever? Burying Young Talent, favorite Nirvana song. Fuck, man. I don't know if I could pick a favorite there. I used to listen to Nirvana day in and day out when I was a kid. Every album, pretty much. Not the one Insecticide wasn't as good there, but fuck, it's too hard to pick a favorite. Barbecue, I tweeted you the picture on Twitter. I'll go check that shit out later. Didn't log in there. I'm back on that Facebook, so I'll probably spend a bit less time on Twitter. Melanie, she doesn't have boobs anymore. I don't know if she ever did have big boobs there. But to be honest, I don't really care about the boobs that much there. Stunt WJ Lesnar from 2002, 2004 to 2012 present. Fuck, it's hard to pick there. The Lesnar of today, it has more of a big time feel to it kind of deal, but Lesnar from the past was more psycho when he was beating up Zach Gowen, giving him some F5s on the ring post and throwing him down the stairs and shit like this there. That was pretty fucking good back in the day there. It's hard to pick. He was doing more back then, but now he's more like a bigger star there. Melanie, she's flat chested now. Bambi doesn't like it. Taco, did Grim get jumped by N-words? No, it's a couple of indie jobbers who attacked him, but it wasn't real there. It was in a wrestling ring. Apparently, he got punched in the head, but it was obviously a fake punch. You can see the hand opening up as it fake landed, and if he would have hit him in the back of the head for real, he would have like fell forward, not go with the punch like a fucking wrestling match there. Plus, they power bombed his buddy, so it was obviously fake. Raven Manual, did you stop VidMe? Yeah, that's not worth it there. Maybe I could use it for drama stuff like Riley does, but I doubt it there. Debt to Evil, do you want to see Baron Corbin lose tonight? Either way is fine with me there. Bearstown, cool. No, you're cool. Fuck Bears. From TSOC Drama, Nakamura. Stunt WJ, do you think Zubair is cute? He's a hell of a man there. And he's got $1,000 sunglasses, so you know his parents got money, dog. TSOC, I do. Especially when he sleeps on the hangout. You talking about Robbie Battle there? Not sure. Shane Bice, say tabarnak, please. For those that don't know, tabarnak is like a French swear word, kind of like an equivalent of God damn it there. Estit codis, the sacrament tabarnak. That's like French swear words. It's all like church words there. Stunt WJ, I agree. TSOC. I don't know what he's talking about, so I can't. Raven or Manual Mania WJ, what happened with Hulkster? He returned for a short time. Well, we had that awkward reunion there. We did a video or something. He was supposed to come back to watch a pay-per-view. I called him. He wasn't there or something like this, so I just didn't call him after that there. Burying young talent. Favorite video you ever made? Fuck, I don't know. No idea, dude. Stunt WJ, did you find a good place to get poutine? If you go to like a McDonald's or something for poutine, that's going to be low quality. It's not like the same. You need to go to a chip truck. Or like in Quebec. In Quebec, they have little restaurants called Casse-Croûte. And it's basically like a chip truck in a restaurant. So that's what you got to go for. Little Casse-Croûtes in Quebec. Or a chip truck. That's a real poutine place there. Raven Manual, have you ever ranted on full dedication towards gaming is counterproductive? I don't really understand your question there. Don't understand the question, dog. Stunt WJ, talking about Zubair's cuteness when he falls asleep on his hangout. Oh, okay, I understand there. I thought you were talking about Robbie because that's one of his things, that he falls asleep and snores really loud for like 4 hours. Hill Stephen Maggle, does Roger the Bear ever visit there? I had to kick him out of here because he was a big fail troll in the comments there. Wrestling XP, will you ever join Instagram? Nah. Stunt WJ, all about them curds there. You need real cheese, but you need real gravy, not like restaurant gravy from McDonald's. It's not the same there. Do you have a gaming PC? No. I have a PS4, but I hardly use it. Hill Steven Magel, WJ should join Tout. Fuck. I think Boston fan was trying to get into the Tout thing there, but he was the only one, I think. Zubair the Terrorist. Yeah, hi. Thanks for the compliments. Yes. Manual Mania, WJ. Who's the hottest WWE diva? Fuck. It has to be between Alexa Bliss and what's her name there? Lana. Has to be one of them. Stunt WJ, big sexy Robbie Battle there. Robbie was doing good on his diet. Or he failed a little bit recently, but that happens. I'm interested to see what he's going to look like once he's done. Barbecue, my cousin is an executive with Tout. You can probably give them $5 and become part owner. Bearstown, AWJ, what's up, Bears? CM Cuck 4462. Big sexy John Cena. Debt to evil. How do you always stay positive and relaxed? You need cigarettes for that and lots of cocaine, dog. Lots of fucking coke there. Trey Rich. Sup, WJ. Sup, Trey. That sounds like a rapper name of some sort. Yo, Trey Rich up in here. Trey. Manual Mania. See. We're down to the nitty gritty of the comments. We got nothing left there. Take a puff of a cigarette while you guys write something. Debt to evil. How many cigarettes a day? About a pack, I guess. Manual Mania. Danielson is mad. He's always mad. Always mad. Needs to learn to fucking chill the fuck out there. How long you reckon this new direction will go on for? Which direction? The hangouts, you mean? Roger the Bear, making his comeback. Can you unban me? I never got my justice. I will once I get into the other channel there. What's Danielson's channel? It's DH Danielson. Stunt WJ, it's a great direction. You mean hangouts and shit like this? I'll try to keep it going, because if I just do wrestling all the wrestling vids day in and day out there, it gets boring. So you need to have a little bit of that fun in the YWC there. Raven Manual, will you troll like you did in the good old days? Well, back then I was a lot fucking younger and crazier and shit, so I probably won't go full on like that there, but once in a while I don't mind doing a bit of trolling there, but I don't go overboard with it, but you don't need much in the YWC. You just give a legit opinion and people freak the fuck out, so you don't even need to troll really there. Would you consider doing a meet and greet? Nah, I'm just a little schmuck on here there. The day that I try to do meet and greets is the day that I'll look like a deluxe man of some sort there. Thoughts on Gavin Otts? He's a good kid or whatever. Roger the Bear, just one more match. Fuck. You never know, dog. Trey Rich, we want more food reviews. I'll be doing that on this page there. Wayland Kane 69. I hope you stop trolling about the new era. I hope you fucking stop trolling. That's all you do day in and day out there. Like I said, some stuff is good, not everything, though. Pandorum 50-50. What was the best sex you had? Prison sex with a whole bunch of big black guys there. Your honest opinion about TNA wrestling. It sucks, for fuck's sakes. Once in a while, you'll get something good there, but it's very, very rare. I watch TNA. It's like you watch a Godzilla movie. You know what I'm saying? Like watching Sharknado. I don't sit there and rage at it, but you gotta have like a Sharknado approach to it. You know it's going to be like a B-movie style thing with all the botches and fucking terrible stories and promos. If you watch it knowing that it's like a B-movie, then you can kind of enjoy it there. Trolling is a sin, yes. Heel Steven Mackel, the peak of wrestling Jesus is the PewDiePie song. Then it went downhill. It's downhill from here, dogs. We're going to be in the sewers pretty soon. Do you think 2015 was the best year for the YWC? Fuck, I don't know. Back when I started, it was a bunch of dorks there. They kept saying that 2007 was the best year. Monoxide and Truth Slayer. When I was here in 27, this was in 2008. And these guys were trying to put themselves on the pedestal because they were there in 2007. A bunch of fucking retards there. But nowadays, it's not as exciting, really. There, it's all about fucking donations and Patreons and crap like this there. Would you rather penetrate Sasha Banks or Lana? Probably Sasha Banks, even though Lana is hotter there. I don't know. Sasha Banks has that ass, dog, there. Got Brittany in the chat. Hi, Brittany. No fucks, I'm fat. Melanie, you really need to change that name there, for God's sakes. Hey, TQ. I don't know who TQ is there, but say hello to him for me. What was your first impression of Kyle? I always liked Kyle from the get-go there. He's a good cat. Brittany, Monoxide was the biggest emo bitch. Yeah, just a fucking straight up loser there. He thought his wrestling opinion was like the ultimate opinion, just a fucking straight up goofball there. Like if people would talk about a subject, he'd okay, guys, now it's my turn to tell you how it really is. Yeah, get a fucking life, you idiot there. That guy fucking straight up sucks there. America is a continent, not a country. J-Ro, WJ, I used to troll you back then. Now I feel bad. I apologize. Please forgive me there. It is what it is, dog, because people, when I do rants about wrestling, they think I'm raging for real, so then they'll try to make it about them. No, he's mad because of my trolling, shit like this. You know what I mean? What's your favorite wrestling otaku hentai review? Never watched that shit. Probably never will. Did you ever travel outside Canada and US? No, never. Brittany, what's the worst wrestling channel you ever watched? Fuck, I don't know. There's lots of bad channels, lots of guys that They have the fucking IQ of a pigeon talking wrestling there, but one that makes me cringe the most and that I just can't stand is Delix, man. When I click on his vid once a month or something, I'll watch one of his vids, and just listening to his face and just seeing the pure phoniness there. I just can't stand that motherfucker. Were you happier when you lost all the weight back in 2015? Not really. Because when you lose the weight, then you can't eat anything, stuff like this. Will you change your profile picture and background to new ones? And did you make the ones you have? No, other people did that. If people make a new one that's good enough, I could maybe use it there. Barbecue, what was your first thought when you saw Michael Miner's Twitter posts of naked trannies? Well, this is the thing there. I know Miner is very horny, very desperate, shit like this. He's going to post pictures of women and be all horny and desperate about them and stuff. But then when I saw the tranny with a giant penis, I was like, holy fuck, what the fuck is this shit? And I wrote a post on Twitter. I'm like, come on, dude. You know, if he's if he's gay or bisexual or whatever, that's his business. But you don't need to fucking start posting giant cocks and trannies on your Twitter, you know. Taco, didn't one of the Lixman's moderators put you on timeout? Yeah, because he made a video about Kurt Angle and Jason Jordan, the Black Sun or whatever. So I wrote, I think the Lixman is also Kurt Angle's son, and then they they fucking put me on timeout or whatever. Are you single? No, I'm not. What happened to Andy's Truth? Lord knows, haven't seen him in a long time. Tots on tots. You talking potatoes like tater tots or something? Sir Giggles, are you going to review the chicken parmesan from Burger King? Maybe, if they have it. Who's the most desperate guy in the YWC? That has to be Miner there. Like, if you're going to post, he's replying to cam girls and you're so sexy, you're so hot. He's fucked. That's the king of the desperation right there. And I don't know who it is. I have a good idea who it is there, but somebody tricked him into thinking it was a chick, and Miner sent him dick pics and stuff. So then Miner's penis was exposed and stuff. Will you do more videos about getting fat chicks? You never know what can happen there. If Michael's into girls with huge cocks, then he's clearly not straight. Nah, he has to be bisexual there. Where do you work? I work in Canada. Fuck. Michael is confused. Yes, and Melanie knows this because she had an online relationship with him there. What happened to Hulkster? Like I talked about this earlier, like I tried to call him a few times, he never answered. So then I'm like, fuck this. And I just didn't call him back. Timmy, would you be Timmy from South Park, ladies and gentlemen? Would you be MB Wrestler's manager? It would be funny, I guess, there. But what kind of car do you drive? I don't drive because of my epilepsy. I can't drive, and there's different things I can't do. Did GTA 5 really make Super Mario look like a jobber? I don't know about this. Don't know anything about that. Who's Miner? You don't want to know who's Miner. What's your favorite year in wrestling? I don't know. I have no idea. It's hard with these favorites there. I'll just when I do Q&As, I'll just give them a random match or something like this, but I don't really have favorites of anything. Timau in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Brittany, I think Sam the Genesis was the guy who catfished Michael. Pretty much there. Sam the Genesis is behind everything. Sir Giggles, get to the chopper. Are you still smoking that Mary Jane? It's been 36 days I haven't smoked a joint there, and I'm starting to crave it a little bit, Doug. They say it takes about 3 months to get out of your system, so if I don't, if I, if I still have desires after 3 months, you never know what can happen there. Epilepsy, never knew you had that. Yeah, I was getting lots of seizures from like starting around 19 and my early 20s, but I haven't had a seizure in a while there for probably close to 10 years. Last time I was living at my father's when it happened, I fell in the toilet, smacked my head either on the floor or the fucking toilet bowl. I was busted open on the side of my head. My dog woke me up. The Rottweiler we had at the time there, and the dog was biting my foot to wake me up. And he was biting me so much he completely ripped off my big toe, the dog, or my nail on my big toe, I mean. And then I woke up all fucked up. I went to the hospital. I laid down on some kind of stretcher there in the waiting room because you got to wait fucking 10 years to be seen by a doctor. I woke up. I'm like, can you actually do something if I have a concussion? They said no. So I just walked out and left. I cured myself with some of that pot there. Fuck. Okay, where the fuck am I? Brittany, what was your shortest lived channel? This was, we were talking about this last night when I had a feud with a bunch of black guys that were coming at me. A bunch of guys from New York who wanted to kick my ass and stuff. So I made a trolling channel back when I was more of a badass on here. The channel was called Wrestling N-Word, and I did 2-3 videos there. So some of them trolling videos there, and the channel was completely suspended. I kid you not, in about 30 minutes. 30 minutes, the account was completely shut down. So people must have been mass fucking flagging it for 30 minutes straight there. And that's how long it lasted. But it was less than an hour straight up, no bullshit. Trolls used to send him clips of strobe lights. That happened one time, yeah. Do you remember the time you wore a dress for a Raw review? I remember wearing a dress once and people started raging. Yeah. Good times, Doug. WJ, do I have to worry if I keep dreaming about Brock Lesnar hiding in my basement? Well, that's bound to happen because we always watch wrestling. We talk about it all the time. So it's going to appear in your dreams. It happens to me that like I can dream that I'm fucking talking with 2, 3 people, and Kevin Nash is just going to be in the dream randomly or something like this, you know? And I'll be talking to Kevin Nash or something like this. Have you been to a WWE event? Yeah, multiple times. Not the past couple of years there. Last time it was for a Raw. Before that, I went to see a pay-per-view in Montreal, Randy Orton against Cena. I don't remember. I think it was October 2013. I don't remember which pay-per-view it was. I've had over 20 seizures. I know the feeling. Yeah, I had a whole bunch around that time there. Where the fuck am I there in the chat? WJ was broken in half. Tupac or Biggie? I'll go with Biggie there. Tupac is good too, but I think Big E had better songs there. Just that's my personal opinion there, Doug. I know people adore Tupac. Tupac had good songs too, for sure. But I don't know. I think Big E was a bit better, a bit more life in his singing or rapping there. Buy more wrestling merch for unbaggings. I thought about that. I might eventually there. Apparently, you can get brain damage if you stay passed out too long after being knocked out. I guess so, yeah. What was your very first channel name? I had a channel called Sid Love on YouTube. And then it was just Wrestling Jesus. That account got suspended, Wrestling Jesus. And then it became Wrestling Jesus TV. And that's how I kind of got shit going with that channel. Who is your current favorite wrestler? I don't really have a favorite. We got UTF's Crooked Dick in the chat there. Brittany, is that you in your profile photo? People are getting excited for that photo there. The Wrestling Snowman in the chat. What up, Snowman? Do you like horror movies? I used to like Freddy and Jason and Chucky back in the day there, but I'm not really a big fan of horror movies. Any feud you regret? Not really there. Most of it is people attacking me there 99% of the time. I had a dream that Sasha Banks kicked me on my erect penis. UTF's Crooked Dick, ladies and gentlemen. Thoughts on Undertaker Freak's crooked penis? That's a hell of a cock right there. The Flyers are going to win the Stanley Cup next year. My family are giant hockey freaks, but I just can't really get into it. Do you think you're responsible? This is from Hangout Guy Kyle, the champion. Do you think you're responsible for turning certain people into moist fanboys? I was talking to Kyle about the band called Moist a while back, and Kyle got into it there. I have no fucking reason why there. But what is your favorite season? Probably either spring or autumn there. I don't like summer when it's too warm, you know. Well, it hasn't been that bad this year. So far, it's been good. Last year was fucking dreadful there. Debt to Evil, new video ideas. Well, not really there. If I have the backup channel, I can just give people what they want with that wrestling content on the main. I'll give them a bunch of wrestling on there, and we can have some fun on this page there. Maybe I can do more non-wrestling stuff there, but we'll see what happens. Ruthless Brian, what up? Immature God, what are your thoughts on Ring of Honor? That's more of a fucking an indie fanboy federation there. It's more for the smarks there. Like I tried watching Ring of Honor a couple times there. I tried to get into it, but I just can't fucking like this fed there. Last time it was Jay Lethal as the champion. When you got Jay Lethal as the champ, it's not worth fucking watching. And the production is so fucking lame there. You have just a ring with like a light bulb on top, fucking held by a string or something like this there. Like, I know Peter likes it there. Peter can like what he likes there. Peter, Adam Cole, baby. I look at these guys like Adam Cole, and it, to me, it just screams Jobber City. You know what I mean? Green Kid, what was your favorite year for wrestling? Fuck, I don't know, dude. To make Gemini happy, there we'll go with 1990 there, since he apparently he cares that much about 1990. I watched your vids for over 5 years. Thanks for the entertainment. Thanks for watching, Lars. More stuff to come in the future. Shit, where am I there? I'm lost again. Will there ever be baby wrestling Jesus is in the household? Probably not there. Would you do Dixie Carter? Yes. Yes. Ruthless Brian, WJ, what was your favorite food to review? Gotta be the Big Mac. Big Kyle, what do you think of anime? Do you think it's meant for cucks? Yeah, probably. There are some of them beta males there. Ron Cuckery, do you like cuck holding porn? Never actually watched that there. Debt to Evil, how do you deal with the negativity on your channel? You know, you gotta just understand what it is. A lot of it is just trolls, and some of it is guys with low IQs and shit like this. They're teenagers, so I had to take off the likes, dislikes, because, you know, if I'm getting 400 dislikes per video, then it kind of fucks up the image of the channel, you know. If a guy like Dark Horse goes full retard and puts 500 dislikes, you know, I think it's best to just remove them for the time being there. What's the worst movie you've ever seen in the theater? Fuck, I don't know. I remember going to the theater to watch a movie with my dad. It was a movie about a kid that was playing Nintendo. He was playing Super Mario 3 or whatever in the movie. I think it was called The Wizard. As a kid, I enjoyed it because I loved Mario, but it was me and my father alone in the theater. The whole fucking theater was empty except for me and my dad, and my dad was snoring fucking super loud in the theater, so I enjoyed it because I was a kid there, but that was probably the worst movie, I guess, since nobody was there to watch it. Name one person in the wide world you see that should be assassinated. Not gonna answer that for legal fucking purposes there. Did you ever receive your cash prize from ITRS? Nope. Good question, Stunt WJ. No, I did not. I was promised a cash prize and I never received it. So that was pretty fucking lame on Matt's part there. You know what I'm saying? Bring back motherfucking Toonie Tuesday there. Fuck, you never know what can happen. Do you think the right Boner, Buster, and Kyle are gay for each other? Nah, they're just good friends, dog. They're like Primo and Epico. Fuck. WJ, what are your thoughts on Scott Steiner's WCW promos? I enjoyed it, dog. I enjoyed big steroid Steiner there. Can you do vlogs outside of your house? I probably will in the future. Will there be a sequel to the Wrestling Jesus movie? Maybe. It takes a lot of time to do that shit because I gotta fucking edit like a 1,000 little clips together and stuff, but you never know what can happen there. What are your favorite non-wrestling YouTube channels? I like Sniper Wolf, dog. Fucking hot ass Sniper Wolf, SS Sniper Wolf. She does some quality vids there. Looks like a fucking $1 billion too there. Fun to look at, dog. And she has funny content too there. Who else do I watch? I like Vegan Gains and shit like this. They're the vegan guy that lifts weights. He always does good quality drama shit. I watch Drama Alert and stuff like this there. I watch that girl that does the gaming vids and she twerks there. What's her fucking name again? I don't remember the name right now there. The name escapes me there, but it's like a blonde chick that twerks with her friend Abigail or something there. Some quality fucking entertainment there, dog. Manual Mania. What does Alexa Bliss's ass taste like? I don't know, dog, but that would be a fucking review and a half to review that shit there. Snickers, Mars, or Twix? I'll go with Snickers for that one. Thoughts on LAX from the current TNA? LAX used to be a tag team. You know what I'm saying? It's Homicide and Hernandez. So this right now isn't LAX. It's Mexicans, but it's not LAX. You got a Homicide outside of the ring. You got Conan. The group is more about Conan, so it's more like a different faction. I don't have a fucking clue why they called it LAX. And it's two skinny bum jobbers that nobody knows that are fucking wrestling the matches with that fucking jobber girl on the outside. Diamante! It's Diamante! Who the fuck gives a shit? Fuck. Diamante, give me a fucking break. She'll grab somebody's foot or something in the match. Diamante! Oh, Diamante! Shut your fucking face, you fucking retards. Like I was talking about this yesterday. It's like you bring a faction and you call it the Rockers. It would be Al Snow as the leader of the group, like Conan. Marty Jannetty would be on the outside with some jobber chick, and you'd have two unknown indie guys wrestling the matches, and you'd call it the Rockers. That's what it is there. It's a fucking joke. From Timmy, do you remember Mini Wrestling Jesus? Yes. Had a good time with Mini Wrestling Jesus. The guy was like a legit midget or whatever. and you would dress up like me and talk like me and stuff like this. It's sad that I did like a joke feud with him to get him over. Like I plugged his channel and shit, and then I got a strike for that shit. Fucking, but yeah, Mini Wrestling Jesus was cool. If you type that, I think you can still find him. I was looking at him recently. Favorite porn star? I don't really know any porn stars, to be honest. There, Lars, have you ever watched The Amazing Atheist Hot Oil Porn again? No, I didn't watch it again, but I think I had done reactions to that there. And it was fun when Amazing Atheist, when he reacted to one of my vids there. That was a good time, Doug. Which wrestler would you team up with at WrestleMania? Fuck, I don't know. I don't fucking know. Maybe James Ellsworth, dog. That would be fun. Me and Big James there. Where the fuck am I? Brittany, who's the biggest retard you've ever seen in the YWC? Not talking about dumb wrestling opinions. I mean like Fortune 4 shooter type retarded. Fuck. There's been so many there. They come and go. You forget about these guys. You know what I mean? But we were talking about him last night. Jeff Duncan there. That was a special kind of retard there, showing off his penis for you and shit. That was well, fuck, I don't know. There was lots. If you wanted to call Luke Dog a retard or something there, but maybe Jeff would qualify as a retard there. Goddamn, where am I again? Matt is a socialist. That's why. He should have paid the money, you know, if he advertised it as a cash prize thing and then he failed to do it. Not that I care. It's not like I care about receiving his $20 or whatever it would have been. But if you say that there's a contest for $20 and then you don't do it, then you're a fucking piece of shit. You know what I mean? Like people that do fake contests and stuff like this, that he'd be equal to that there. Timmy, do a new rap song. I probably will. I'm going to do more later this year there. Ruthless Brian, will there be a WJ part 2? Probably in the future at some point there. Any reason we're seeing less top 10 vids from you? I don't know. I didn't really think of it. It's not like like I've talked to myself. I need to do less reasons videos there. I'm sure I'll do more in the future. But I'd rather just rant, you know, rant about what I have to rant about instead of having to come up with 600 reasons there. Just say what I got to say kind of deal, but I'm sure I'll do more reason videos. Will you make vids outside? Yeah, I'll do more most likely. How did you react when you found out that the Linkin Park singer died? That's from Kyle. Honestly, I never listened to Linkin Park, so I don't. I'm not gonna lie and say that I was crying about it because I don't really know him. You know what I mean? Thoughts on Elliot Rodger? Is that the guy who killed people because he couldn't get a girlfriend or something? That's Michael Miner in the future there. Which exposure was funnier, Sean View, Amazing ATS, or Buck? As far as comedy goes, I'd have to go with Buck there. That shit was fucking hilarious there. Do you think Jason Genova will win his bodybuilding contest? I hope he does there. That's another guy I watched that's not wrestling there. I like the Del Rey Misfits there with Big Lenny, stuff like this. Those guys are pretty good there. How did you and Wrestling Bitch meet? It was through a friend that like 10 years ago. Is Batista's dick bigger than the Amazing AT's dick? Did Batista show his dick? I'm not remembering that there. I remember Seth Rollins showed his dick, but I think Amazing ATS, if I remember, I think he had a tiny penis too there. Have you seen the recent photo of Paige? No, I haven't seen it yet. Barbecue sent it to me there. Haven't seen it. Maybe she is taking drugs. I don't know. I'd have to watch it. I doubt it's going to make me think that she's ugly there, but do you like Assassin's Creed? I bought a couple Assassin's Creed games, but I don't know. It's not really my cup of tea, that shit there. Goddamn chat. Every time I just go down a little bit, I get all fucking lost. How long do you plan on doing this motherfucking hangout? I'm not sure. Maybe another 15, 20 minutes. We'll see how it goes there. Why do you start YouTube? P.S. You are my favorite YouTuber. When did I start YouTube? Or why do I do it? Well, when I first started out, I was uploading music videos. Music videos and like very cheap skits and shit there. They were funny in their own way, I guess there. But that's how I started, by uploading music vids, and eventually I just started doing the wrestling stuff. Do you think LAX needs Hernandez? Yeah, they need. Why do LAX if Hernandez isn't there? That's what it was. It was the little homicide with the big giant guy, Hernandez. That's what made it cool, you know? The big guy with the little guy, and homicide was like the little gangster guy. It had like a big Cass and Enzo feel, the small guy and the little guy. This isn't fucking LAX there. And Alberto turning heel and joining it. I don't know if he's actually joining it. I didn't watch last week's show. I heard they kidnapped his family, his brother and his father. Thank fucking God there. Get his fucking retarded father off the fucking screen there. Do you think James Ellsworth could be Brock Lesnar's son? He should be. Fuck. Hulk Hogan, ladies and gentlemen. Hulkamania in the chat there. Are you and Jerry cool after that hangout yesterday? Me and Jerry are cool, yeah. Jerry and Will aren't cool there. We thought we were going to be all reunited there, but shots were fired there, dog. I was talking with Jerry because he wanted to leave the YWC there, so I was talking to him after that there to calm his fucking ass down there. Fuck. Peter Gilmore in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. The Face. What's good, WJ? I don't know, Peter. I'm doing fine, I guess. There, I was talking about you earlier, and Adam Cole and shit like this. WJ, what are your current thoughts on CM Punk after being destroyed? Losing in the reality show. I didn't see this reality show, didn't know jack about it. I think CM Punk should just go back to WWE there. This UFC thing was an obvious fail. I think, I think Punk was a little bit of a baby, you know what I'm saying, for leaving there. I think he should just go back. Brittany, how did you meet the boy Blue? This is when I was trolling the Juggalos, and he made videos, a few responses to me. So every time I would go back and do the Juggalo stuff, he would respond to me and shit like this, so we could try to save the Juggalos. That guy went fucking downhill big time there. He's got like 10,000 subs with 35 views per video there. And he was trying to do like to turn the Juggalos into a religion or something. That guy's, he isn't playing with a full deck there. Timmy talking shit to Peter in the chat there. The feud is back on. Peter Gilmore and Timmy from South Park there. The feud of the year right there. Fuck. Green Kid, what is the best movie you've ever seen in theaters? Fuck, I don't know, but I can tell you another theater story there. I had this date with a chick in high school there. This girl was like the hot girl there that how when you always want the hot girl or whatever. So I finally got a date with her, dog, there. And I went to the theater with her and I saw the movie Street Fighter. And she wanted to watch some other movie, but because I liked Street Fighter as a kid. So when I saw that there was a Street Fighter movie, I started marking out. And I'm like, we're going to go watch the Street Fighter movie. And she didn't want any part of me after that there, effect. So I ruined my chances with the hot high school chick there. This is when I was in high school there, before someone spins that out of context there. Young WJ in high school losing his date there because of a fucking Street Fighter movie there. Hulk Hogan, if you could see any WWE on the current roster get power bombed through a table by the Dudleys, who would you pick? Probably Naomi. Fuck, take her out. Fuck, get the belt off this boring bitch. Fuck. Where did the and number 10, the fans fucking suck gimmick come from? I don't know, just doing the 10 reasons vid. I throw that in as number 10 just to piss off the fanboys a little bit more when I do the vid, I guess. Peter Gilmore, what do you think of people making things up on YouTube to scare people? I think it's wrong, Peter. I think it's wrong. You need to fucking get in the ring with these people, Peter. Fuck. Brittany, fuck, where the fuck did your comment go there? Jesus Christ. Did you ever skateboard? No, I didn't. I hung out with skaters, though. I would smoke dope with some skaters and stuff. They would get into fights and shit like this there with each other and stuff. Will you be doing rants on Goldberg's return to an indie fed from NF Punk? My man Nigel in the house. Didn't know this was taking place. I might talk about it if it happens there. Timmy, what do you think about people having 50 accounts? Fuck, I don't know. I think it's if you got 50 accounts, you're in a bit too deep. You know what I'm saying? In way too fucking deep there. But some people are on YouTube not to make vids. They're on here just to troll. So if they use that to dislike videos and shit, then I guess that's what they use it for there. But Dark Horse has a shit ton of accounts. He does that shit, but I've never done that. They're creating a bunch of accounts like this. Hard-boiled eggs. Do you wait until your hair gets really long to cut it? Pretty much there, but it's either fucking long stoner look or shaved head. That's pretty much what I do there. Brittany, what's the craziest video someone has made on you? That has to be Skyline Jericho, the German sensation who making shit videos for me. I love you, Wrestling Jesus. He made videos shitting, and he made a video for the face Peter Gilmore. He was jacking off for Peter in the video. This is for you, Rosa. And he started jacking off in the vid, talking about Peter and his girlfriend. Oh my fucking God. And he made another video, Skyline Jericho, where he came in his hand and put it in his hair. That was fucking nuts there. Barbecue sauce. Should I walk out of the building when Cena comes out, like what Bruce Blitz says to do? Bruce went far with that shit. And I remember he was trying to take credit for this. People would get up to go to the toilet. Oh, they're leaving because of me. Get a fucking life, you idiot. What year did you graduate high school? Fuck, I don't remember there. I'm 34, so what, 15, 16, 17 years ago, something like that. Do the math, dog. Fuck. What's the biggest horror you ever saw, WJ? You mean on YouTube or in general? Not too long ago, last year, I saw like some kind of crackhead prostitute girl. She was pissing on the sidewalk there. This was fucking in the daytime, like after work, full of traffic. This chick just pulled her pants down and pissed right there. I'm sure this chick was pretty whorish there. Ruthless Brian, would you lick Big Mac sauce off of Alexa's ass? I'd lick anything off of that ass there. Raven Manuel, did you destroy Don Banks in your feud with him? Well, I don't want to talk like that. Yeah, I destroyed him, but some people think so, I guess. That Too Evil, do you miss the old days of YT? I think you had a lot of action back in the day, but you got a lot of action today too. It's just different there. I don't like sit there and, oh, guys, I wish it was back in the day. I don't think like that there. I'm happy the way it is, I guess there. Peter Gilmore, LOL, WJ, Timmy ain't shit. Oh, fuck, that's some fighting words right there. Fuck. What's Timmy gonna say about this? Fuck. Stunt WJ, thoughts on South Park's representation of Canadians. It is what it is, I guess, there. But a lot of that stuff, I don't know if if they get this from Newfoundlanders or from, maybe it's something like from Newfoundland that they think they're like the way that they imitate the way Canadians talk and shit. Like here, we don't talk like this. Like me, I'm French Canadian, so I have a French Canadian accent. I say shit that French Canadians say there. I have a hard time pronouncing the TH words or whatever. Like I can do it. Thoughts. Hi there, you know, but if I speak naturally, it doesn't come out. But like an average Canadian that speaks English here in Ontario, they just sound normal. You know what I'm saying? They sound like Americans pretty much there. But like if you go in Quebec, obviously they're going to have a different accent there. And guys like Mitch Smith, they're from the Edmonton, or not Edmonton, but like Alberta, shit like this. The people from Alberta, they all have the weird kind of sounding voice. It's a bit different from here there, but all the stuff like, hey, how you doing? Weird shit like this. It's like apparently people don't say the word, like stuff like a boot. Stuff like this, they don't talk like this in Ontario. This might be like a Newfoundland thing or something. Patrick Moish or Moosh or something like this. Patrick Moosh. Are you going to watch Battleground live? Yeah, I'm going to watch it live on the WWE network there. Stunt WJ, what did you do to get a date with that hot girl? Fuck, I don't remember. Just trying hard. I was like a try hard there, and eventually I got the date, but I destroyed it there with that movie. Fuck. Debt to Evil, did you have fights at school? Yes, lots of fights. Fights at school, fights in my early 20s. I don't fight anymore there. But if somebody would get too close in the raging fashion, I'd have no choice to fight there. Timmy replies to Peter. He says, that's right, Peter, I'm not shit. You see, Peter, he turned the tables on you there. Brittany, how old were you when you had sex for the first time? Still haven't had the sex, for God's sakes. I'm like me and Mike Salim there. I'm waiting for my moment there. Oh, Peter says, Timmy, go suck off your mom there. Bearstown. Who win, you versus a tornado? I would win, Bears. Fuck, I'd give him the evil eye there. The tornado would turn around. Fuck. Timmy, haha, same old insults. I'm loving this Peter and fucking Timmy feud there. Fuck, it'll probably be better than the Punjabi prison match. WJ, what do you think about Dean Ambrose these days? He's a bit too corny, Ambrose there. Like, I don't hate the guy, you know what I mean? But he's a bit on the corny side there. Maybe if they do this Shield reunion, they could maybe make it better. Did you know Twisted Clown, the ninja? Fuck, they all have the name Twisted and Clown. Maybe I know him. I don't know there. I had a few feuds with some of the bigger guys there. What's the name of the big fat black guy there? Child's Play Ninja. I had a couple of exchanges with him. He made me a video last time and I fucking corked him hardcore in the vid. It was like a Mike Tyson knockout punch there. And he shut his mouth after that. I went on one of his radio shows there. He's not a bad guy, you know. Some of them are cool there. Rob Jansen, when are you going to shut down your channels? Right now, there. I have lots of trolls coming at me with this recently because when I would close my channels, they would try to take credit for it. So they think that I'm going to close my channel because of them, you know. 5 o'clock there. I think I'm done, I guess, there, guys, with this shit. Maybe I'll do another fucking thing like this in the future there. Maybe tomorrow or maybe next weekend. Maybe I can do a vid like this once a week or something like this there. If I didn't get to your comments, I'll fucking get to it next time there. So thanks for being in the chat there. We're going to redo this next time. I need to go eat supper and get ready for Battleground there. Until next time, peace.